What is going on, my broskies? My name is Toadski and I am back again, here to bring you guys yet another Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Blazing gameplay video. And today what we're going to be doing is taking on the brand new raid boss that has just been implemented into the game, which is the first raid boss of this actual game's lifespan, being HAKU. Now this HAKU raid, if you want to know everything about what this HAKU unit actually does, I will link in the description the whole mega thread on the subreddit that it basically explains everything about this unit. So what we're going to be doing is going through the B rank, which is the hardest difficulty right now, 25 stamina in single player. And maybe later on down through the week, before this raid actually leaves, I might, do a collaboration video with some people. I'm not too sure yet, but the team that we're going to be running is this team here. We've got Sasuke, Neji, and Gaara all up front. And then for my support units, I've got Kabuto for the heals. I've got Tayuya, who has a really good jutsu that has the chance to seal the opponent's jutsu, which is very good against HAKU herself, because himself, because HAKU will go ahead and use his or her special very often. So you want to try and seal that off so that doesn't happen. And Hinata's kind of there just as a filler unit, because I don't really have like a last unit that I can really go to. I've got like Itachi, I've got like Ibiki. Ibiki is really nice. He has the chance to delay with his special, with his jutsu. But this is the team that I've been running with, and this is pretty much the team that I've been running with for like every single dungeon so far, and it has not failed me yet. So hopefully we can go ahead and provide you guys with some good content today. So this first room here we've got, or this first wave, we've just got some basic ninja. And also being that heart attribute for that guy that we just attacked first, basically it's going to be a little bit difficult for us to take down with Sasuke because he's the weaker attribute unit. But the thing about 6-star Gaara that is actually so amazing is his range. His range is just absolutely crazy. He can pretty much hit most units a lot of the time, which makes him very good. Obviously they kind of balance that out by having him have really low stats compared to the other 6-star units, but nonetheless, he's still an amazing unit with an amazing jutsu that will allow him to have a chance to delay the enemy that you're actually hitting with his jutsu, which is nice. And then his ultimate jutsu will basically just do a hell of a lot of damage. And then you've got Sasuke here as a 6-star unit as well. He's probably the weakest 6-star unit in my opinion, even though his stats are the best out of the 6-star units. He himself is not really that great. His jutsu is the fireball jutsu. It only does 1.8 times his attack as damage, which actually isn't that much. His ultimate jutsu is the Sharingan, which actually has to waste a turn in order for you to unlock it, and it uses up all of your chakra. And what it does is it basically gives you 50% attack boost for 10 turns. Now that sounds really good in theory, however, when you really think about it, 50% boost for 10 turns, you gotta wait at least 3 to 4 turns before you get all of your chakra back, before you can do your most powerful attack, being the fireball jutsu. So, Sasuke is probably the weakest 6-star unit in my opinion, and that is why on the tier list on the subreddit, we've got him listed on the A tier right now. And, if he gets some support later on, maybe he might be really great. But as of right now, he's definitely the weakest 6-star unit. And the other 6-star units that we have is the brand new 6-star HAKU that has just been released within the latest update of the game. And Haku is actually pretty decent, similar to Naruto, where HAKU only does damage basically as his or her 2 jutsus. So HAKU doesn't really do a whole lot, but the damage output that HAKU gives is actually pretty nice. His last jutsu does like 5.6 his attack in blue damage, which is awesome. And then, you got Gaara, as we mentioned before, and Kakashi, who is just another damage output sort of unit. But now we've reached the final boss after all that talking. We've reached the final boss, which, as we can see, has HAKU. Now, if you see on the bottom of HAKU, it's got the number of turns before HAKU will attack, and it's got some other text on top of it. Now, that text means that in the following turn, HAKU will activate his special, or his special jutsu. So this is kind of like where you want to try and delay them, or you want to try and go ahead and activate a sealing special jutsu. But I'm just going to go ahead and take the hit, because HAKU doesn't actually do that much damage, which is awesome. It means you can take quite a few hits without having to really worry about it. Good thing about Sasuke is he does have that ability to counterattack. So with the Sharingan active and getting the ability to activate the counterattack, it actually can be useful at some times. But if you're trying to stall out some turns, it can be a little bit difficult, as the counterattack, in most situations, it probably will take out the fodder enemies, because that counterattack is so powerful. But yeah, Let's go ahead and continue on. We've got these fodder units. So definitely a tip I want to give to you guys right now is try and take down the fodder ninjas first, because they are the guys that actually, you know, start doing the most damage to you. So definitely take down those guys first before you go ahead and try and challenge the boss itself. We're actually taking a lot of damage right now. So in this following turn, when we get Sasuke, we're going to switch him out, go for Kabuto, and we'll use Kabuto to heal up Gaara, and we'll get some health back. Kabuto is one of the best units in the game, in my opinion. As you can see, he heals 1780 damage, 780 health, and then his passive while he's on the field will also heal like 170 as well. So he heals like 1950 damage with his jutsu in one turn, which is amazing. I think that's the most in the game thus far. So, you know, Kabuto is just an amazing unit. Another utility unit that's really good is Shikamaru, who's kind of like Golden Pound Usopp, but for Naruto Blazing. He delays enemies for like a turn or three turns, I believe. I think it's 2 turns, and then by the time that basically runs out, you can use Shikamaru special again. But the thing about that is that it's only 85% chance of it to actually work. So you do have to take the chance, you have to run the risk with Shikamaru, but if it does work out, then you have, you know, basically 2 whole like rotations for your other ninja to do a lot of damage to the boss of that room, which is awesome. So we're actually nearing the end. We're going to go ahead and use... no, okay, so Haku's not going to use his special in the next turn, so we can go ahead and use Neji here, who also does have a chance to seal the jutsu as well, but it is a lower chance than Tayuya, but we do get it, we get to seal her jutsu, or his jutsu. I always mess it up, you know, Haku is a trap, am I right? Yeah, Haku's a trap. But yeah, this is pretty much it. We pretty much won it from here, unless if we stuff up majorly. And as you can see, if you leave the potions and the chakra bottles on the ground, over time they actually get larger, and you can actually recover more chakra or recover more health from them. So that is something, just a little bit of a tip to you guys. If you leave the bottles on the ground, over time they actually will get you know, larger, and you can recover more from them. Now, even though Sasuke doesn't do a lot of damage here, we're still going to activate his special anyway, because any sort of damage is always great. Now, Haku here will actually activate his jutsu in the following turn, so we'll see if we can get the sealing of special with Tayuya, even though we've already got it, but we actually did get it again, so that's kind of OP. But now we're just going to finish it off here. Gaara with his 6-star jutsu, ultimate jutsu ability, the sand coffin or sand burial. There you go, 8,000 damage, that is crazy. And did we get the drop? We didn't get the drop, but I've already maxed out my Haku anyway. So anyways, guys, hope you guys did enjoy today's video. Now, if you guys did enjoy today's video, make sure to smack the like button down below. And if you want to stay up to date with all of the content that I post on my channel, including more Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Blazing content, then make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.